At 19 years old, I started my first business. At 20, I was making more money than I knew what to do with. And at 21, I lost it all. I want to tell you the story of how it went up, went down, and have since gone way up, and how you can do the same if you're down. So I started my first business at 19. It was a social media marketing agency working with chiropractors to run their Facebook ads to get them more patients. I started that in November 2019. By February of 2020, I was making about $5K a month, and I decided to drop out of school. And in June of 2020, I moved away from my hometown, moved out of my parents' house. And from June of 2020 to between June of 2020 and 2021, I lost all my money. So what I did was be dumb. I was a kid who just for the first time is touching real money. So what did I do? I partied, I had fun. I did save my money, but I didn't know how to manage it. This is a newfound thing for me, and I had a lot of fun, I'll tell you what. But luckily I did manage to save some. By January of 2021, I lost that business because I lost all my clients due to COVID because I was working with doctors. So in June of 2021, I got a restaurant job, started serving tables, bartending, and I was at a low. I was like, what have I done? How have I managed to lose everything in just a year? Then I thought about it. Everything, I take personal responsibility for everything, but I was down low. I was like, I want to get it back. But I realized something about online business that most people will not tell you, because most people's online business these days is just selling you a course on how to do an online business, right? They're making their money off selling you a dream. The problem with online business in 2025 is that it is extremely, extremely competitive. If you do not have a massive budget to throw at ads or insane connections in the industry that you want to work in, you're not going to make it as a beginner. 99.9% of you will not make it. You will fail. It'll take you at least a year to make $1 online. Trust me, from someone who's been there. What I realize is that there's a massive gap on the other side of the fence, which I consider the service-based industry. We have all these Gen Xers that run service companies, like pressure washing companies, window cleaning, wallpaper installation, which is what I do, plumbing, HVAC, even stuff like that. Everyone that's in their 20s and 30s is so focused on making money online that no one is doing these businesses. We have all these Gen Xers that are about to retire and no one behind them to pick up the fork. So what I realized was I saw this gap and I decided to fill it. I started my business in 2022, and if you've seen any of my content, you know the story. I do extremely well now. I'm not here to talk about that. So if you are someone who's down, or maybe you were up and you were down like me, and you were especially doing online, I'd highly recommend giving the service-based business a try. If you want the exact blueprint on how I did it for free, comment the word service and I'll reach out to you and hook you guys up.